Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Purpose Driven Chance. I'm your host, William Grayson, along with my sidekick and main ace boon coon, William Harris. How you doing, Will?
Doing great. How you doing?
And today we got the amazing Coach Stretch. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed, man. Appreciate you guys for having me on.
No problem. Coach, tell everybody what you do and everything about you.
I do everything basketball. I coach, I train, I mentor not only basketball players, but their families and help guide them, through their basketball journey.
Thank you, Coach. First question I got for you, Coach, is what are your team's core values and can you demonstrate, what you do on and off the court to help them?
Well, look, I'm a follower of Christ first and foremost. I'm a family man. I'm married. Got 5 kids. So I put in a heavy emphasis on family and togetherness. I don't know, you see my shirt says relentless. I believe in pursuing your goals relentlessly. You do everything as hard as you can, and then you trust the work that you've done to get there. And those are basically my core values, man. And I put that everywhere.
All right. Can you identify a moment when you had real bad adversity on the court and you had to overcome it?
Oh Lord, a lot of as a player, my senior year in college, man, I absolutely destroyed my shoulder working out, and I had to have I dislocated and tore my labrum. So I had to have surgery on that to recover to heal that. And then I went overseas, man. I'm overseas for about 4 days, and I'm in the first, I guess, workout, one of the first workouts of our training camp, and boom, my shoulder explodes again. And it basically ended my basketball career before it even got started. And that sent me into a deep depression, man. Like I was almost 300 pounds.
Wow.
After that surgery. And I'd never been in a lower place before in my life. And I had to climb my way out of that hole. And that's the same type of energy that I give to these kids. Like, no matter how bad you think it is, number one, it can get worse.
Right.
But you can climb up out of it. No matter how deep down you think you are, you climb up out of there.
Coach Stretch.
Yes, sir.
Being down here in the peninsula, it's very, very competitive.
Yeah.
Especially with AAU.
Uh-huh.
What is your relationship with Boo Williams and a good friend of mine, Lamont Struthers, the other Stretch? What's your relationship with those guys?
Well, I look at both of those guys as mentors to me. Boo Williams, when I first got started into AAU, I was about maybe 25, 26. And I had a team. I had a travel team that just got started doing AAU. And I went to Boo Williams. I said, look, what can I do to get my team here to play against your team? And he told me straight up out of his mouth, he said, you need to go win. And from that moment, yeah, straight up, you need to go win. And from that moment forward for about 10 years, that's what I did. That's what I did. Until I felt like Boo himself could look at me and say, no, you all right. And now, I can walk in Boo office. I can shake his hand. I got his personal phone number. Like, that's my guy. Like that is my guy, man. I love Boo Williams, man, and what he stands for in this area. Not only just in this area, but in the whole global scope of basketball. His representation means so much to so many people. And Lamont Struthers, man, I met him the first time I was in high school. He's playing with the Portland Trailblazers. He comes in our high school at Mitchell High School, and he's playing around with us, like destroying us. And then I see Lamont Struthers again after I had my surgery, and I'm thinking about making a comeback. I see him in an adult league, the Jewish Community Adult League, and this guy's in his late 30s or so, still dropping 40s and 50s. And from that moment, I was like, all right, man, I need to start hanging with this guy. And then he put me on to officiating. We was in officiating school. He was my mentor in officiating. And then after that, like we had a great relationship as far as coaching, not only against each other, but with one another, AAU, high school, all the way through. Like, he does whatever he does, any kind of event he does, I don't mind putting my teams in it. Like, that's my guy.
Yeah, Lamont, I coached Lamont. They talk about Steph Curry range.
Oh, no,
Lamont
yeah.
had the same range shooting that basketball. I've never seen nobody shoot like
Yeah,
Lamont Struthers.
at
He was
6'8".
the basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
When you look at what you're doing, your program covers a lot of areas, doing a lot of great things.
yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about giving these college kids an opportunity with your Neptune basketball program.
Repeat that again. You went out on me.
Talk about the opportunities you're giving ex-college kids and semi-pros with your Virginia Neptunes basketball program.
Okay, yeah. So the Virginia Neptunes is the only professional basketball team in the peninsula in Hampton Roads. And we basically, the league that we're in currently, the TVBL, is affiliated with the G League. And all our games are filmed and they're supposed to be pushing to the G League representatives and agents of that nature to give guys an opportunity to get to the G League or overseas teams. And right now we have we got 10 guys on the roster right now. 9 of them are from the 8 of them, are from the 757. Two of the guys are coming from Richmond. And basically we're trying to get as many guys as we can between the ages of, graduating college to 30, an opportunity to maybe take that next step up to the G League or to go overseas and earn a substantial living and change their life. So it's a great program. And the competition is fierce, man. Like it's hard out here. And it's definitely pushing me to be a better coach and a better ambassador for basketball in this area.
That's good. That's real good. What strategies can you implement to stay focused and maintain your team's performance on the court?
Ooh. Professional or youth?
Either or.
Youth is a little bit more challenging
I
because
know
we have
that.
so many distractions. And we're living in the age of social media where these young kids constantly compare themselves to what they see on these little screens and on and on laptops and tablets, and it never ends. And these kids never believe in their own journey. Like they always have to say, "Well, I need to do it like Bronny James, or I need to do it like Kyan Anthony." You're not them. You're
Right.
not them. So you have
Right.
to stay focused on your daily journey. Those guys have access to stuff that you will never have access to. What you have is what you have. And you have to embrace that and push on that and grow from that. Professionally, these guys, man, their distractions are much more severe for me because a lot of these guys are thinking about where their next meal is coming from.
Yeah.
Do I go to work today instead of going to practice? Do I, do I try to take on this second job, or I'm dealing with this young lady who's giving me a headache? Like I need to get in the gym, but she wants to go out on a date. Like those things are more
They're
life-changing.
taking life-changing events.
Right. So, I keep trying to tell those guys, and we hear this phrase all the time, keep the main thing the main thing. So if your main thing is basketball, you have to keep basketball your main thing. And then the rest will fall into place.
Yeah, that's real good. How do you effectively communicate with your boys and girls team?
Oh, I had to learn that. I had to learn that the hard way. Obviously, you can't communicate with boys the same way you communicate with girls.
Right.
Big shout out to Coach Vanessa Starks, head coach at Warwick High School. She's been over there for 30 plus years. I did a Boo Williams team with her, a 9th grade team with her, where I was coaching girls. And I've been doing boys the whole time. I was doing boys. And I can challenge young men. I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna get in your face, challenge you. I'm gonna make you grow up. I'm gonna make you be a man right now. Make good decisions. Well, when you approach a young lady like that, it destroys her.
Yeah.
She's absolutely destroyed. She don't want no parts of basketball no more. Like, I'm only out here because my daddy used to play or my mom used to play. I see my aunt on TV. Like, that's the only reason she's out here. So if you don't give her positive reinforcement after you criticize or, challenge her for not doing X, Y, and Z, you got to lift her back up. You have to lift her back up. And I mean that depth, and you also had to be more direct with men, with young men. You can kind of, I hate to say play mind games, but you can make them think critically. Hey,
Yeah.
think long term here.
Right.
With young ladies, is right here, right now, in this moment, and that's the only thing that matters to them right now. And I mean, it's night and day. It's night and day. But that experience helped me, be a better father. It helped me like train young ladies again, and now that I do that more often now, I mean, it helped so much. It helped so much, definitely.
Will,
How has Coach Stretch? How has AAU basketball affected high school and college basketball, in your opinion?
I'm gonna say something that a lot of people really don't want to say, but they will admit it. AAU right now is absolute garbage.
dang.
It is it's garbage. It's bad. And to high school and college, it's a necessary evil. So overseas, the model is you practice 5 days a week and you play one game, maybe two, maybe two. Over here, you practice once, maybe twice, and then on the weekends you playing 5, 6 games. There's no time for the things that they need the most, which is skill development and training. Like their bodies aren't right, their mind isn't right, they're not growing, they're not getting what they need to become better basketball players because the focus is the next game, the next game, the next game, the next game, the next game. No, 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 no. We got to fix the issues that you had last weekend, and you can't fix those issues with one practice for an hour and a half. You just can't do it.
Now, do you see it as a money grab?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
Yes,
a business. It's a
absolutely.
business.
It's a
It's
Absolutely.
a business.
I mean, we can do the math. We can literally
Right.
do the math. A regular AAU tournament got maybe what 8 teams in it. A regular AAU tournament, not nothing major. We ain't talking about Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. We're not talking about the circuits. We talking about a regular AAU tournament. Eight teams in it. Each team is paying $350, if not more, per team. This is per team. $400 if you put some off in it. You know what I'm saying? This is per team. That take care of your referees. Boom. So the referees is out of the way. But now here go the gate. You're gonna charge parents $15 for one day. One day. Now you might only play maybe 1 or 2 games in that day. One day, $15 per parent to walk through that door. On top of that, the weekend pass, I'm sorry, $25 a day, $40 for the weekend.
God no.
I told
15
him all about that, Coach. I told Will all about how it goes.
Oh yeah, it's $25 a day, 40 for the weekend. Like, and that's a normal tournament. And then we got concessions on top of that. Like, this stuff is you get rich over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a business. It's definitely a business.
It's a business, and that is, again, that's what's affecting the kids. So now, high school coaches can't. And here's another thing: the recruiting during AAU season. So if I coach for this high school and Mr. Harris coach for another high school, we looking at these kids that's in the 8th and 9th grade like, yeah, I need him. I need him. I need him. I need him over there. And we recruiting these kids. We're going to get them and bring them to our high school. So now high school coaches don't want to send their kids out to AAU, which is also killing the product.
Oh, damn.
I'm not going to send my kids out there to play for Boo, for the Hoyas. I'm not sending my kids out there to play for Team Relentless because I may not get my kids back. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own AAU team. And I'm going to get all my kids and we're going to keep them together and we're going to play. But
That's
where's
smart.
the competition in that? And where's the growth in that?
There is none.
There is none. And then in colleges, if you're not on the shoot circuit, what I'm coming out for?
Dang. He said not on the shoe circuit.
If you're not on the shoe circuit, and that's supposed to be the best of the best as far as talent is concerned, why am I coming out?
Dang.
Yeah, Coach, that was my next question. Talk to us about the impact of the sneaker companies with AAU basketball and even high school basketball and how it works.
Look at this.
You hit on it early. It's a business. So now you got these sneaker companies that have their own circuit. You got the Nike circuit, Adidas circuit, Under Armour, Puma got a circuit now. I heard New Balance is coming out with a circuit. Like all these circuits, they only pushing out their players. It's their players. So of all the kids that's going, and that's being generous, that's the top 10% of all high school kids. That's the top 10%. That's just being generous. So what about the other 80 to 90% of the kids? What are they doing? They in your regular AAU tournament playing 5, 6, 7 games, and you get some coaches that's like, look, fellas, we're going to go here, we're going to go there, I'm going to get you seen. It's not realistic. It's not happening. And then when you do go to these other tournaments that has coaches there, they got 2 brackets. People don't understand this. You got 2 brackets. We got the gold bracket and we got the blue bracket.
Right.
You in the blue bracket. And you just spent $600 to go to Spooky Nook all the way up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You done spent hotel, food, all kinds of stuff, and no coach has even looked at you dribble a basketball.
Nope.
It's just the thing to say I play AAU basketball. It's just the title.
So I've changed my mindset. It's not my job. I'm not on the Nike circuit. I'm not on the Adidas. I'm not on the Under Armour. I'm independent. Okay. And my job is to be on independent is to make you better.
Right.
It's just to make you better. And I'll tell you what elite camp you could go to. So I've changed the focus. We're not doing these tournaments, these crazy tournaments. No. Here go the elite camps. You go to the school yourself and go play in front of them coaches. And if you don't like it, go try something else.
Dang.
But it's
Coach, you know what's really amazing? It's amazing at how many parents buy into that AAU concept where they spend anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 a season that they really believe that their kid is going to really get that shot. It just amazes me.
Listen, a couple years ago, my son just started getting into AAU, and I don't think his coach knew exactly that. I was doing AAU for a long time, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna go up to Spooky Nook and play this weekend." I said, "For what? For what? Y'all in the 7th grade? For what? We doing that for? For what? What's the point of doing that?" Yeah, man, we got a great chance, man. This person gonna be there. Some kid that's ranked, they're gonna be there. And what's that got to do with you? Like, I seen y'all go to Virginia Beach and get your brains beat in. What we going to Spooky Nook for? You can't compete in your own area, in your own backyard. Why are you traveling 800 miles? Where are you going?
You tell like it is.
And so many parents have bought into this thing. My kid got to get ranked. My kid, I got to reclass my kid right now. Oh my God, he isn't grown.
Whoa. I was about to ask you about that. Now, how do you feel about kids in high school and their parents holding them back just to get seen?
So my thing is this. There's always a thing called trajectory.
Right.
If your kid is, let's say 6'6", I'm 6'6". Your kid's 6'6" in the 8th grade, but doesn't have the motor skills right now. Like, he's a little behind as far as development is concerned.
Right.
I'm all in favor of keeping him back a year to gain some cognitive skills, to gain some development. I'm all in favor of that because he's 6'6" in the 8th grade. He might be 6'8", 6'9" by the time we get up out of there. And 6'8", 6'9" can change your life.
There you go.
But you 5'2". What we doing? What we doing?
Yeah.
That's why I stand on it.
And
you gotta be trending towards being great. Like, you can't. my thing is always this, man. You can't reclass and then I end up still having to pay for college. If I still got to pay for college after I reclass, I need a refund.
You ain't never lied.
I need a refund. Somebody got to give me some of that money back.
What was your personal motivation for playing basketball?
Well, my dad played for the Air Force team way, way, way back in the day. And my mom, him and my mom, they divorced when I was young. But she kept all his trophies. So I would literally come downstairs out of my room, and the first thing I would see was 20, 30 trophies sitting on top of the mantle.
Right.
And then my uncle started playing, and then, my other uncles was playing. It was like, yeah, man, your whole family played basketball. And then I saw a game in 1989. I'll never forget it. My cousin played for Ferguson, and I'm at the game, and they play at Hampton High School. And I'm like, man, like my cousin, I always looked up to my cousin. My cousin's name was Derek Whitaker, man. Ended up being a doctor in the Army. But he was really good at basketball, man. And he was dunking, and he was, he wore number 34. He was dunking and stuff. I was like, man, I'm going to do that. Like, I want to do that. And then, I fell in love with it, man. I saw Magic Johnson play at night, and my mom had to work overnight, and I'm staying at my aunt's house, and my uncle was a huge Laker fan, fan. And I'm sitting there at 9 o'clock at night, supposed to be in bed, supposed to be asleep. But here I am with my uncle, and we watching the Laker game. They playing against Portland. That's Magic Johnson doing his thing. And I'm like, man, like that's awesome, man. I want to do that. And I've been grinding ever since. I've been doing that.
That's right. Will,
let me ask you this. What is one of your biggest challenges in coaching youth?
I hate to say it, parents.
No doubt.
No doubt.
I hate to say it, but it's parents.
Yep.
Some parents don't want to see their kids get coached up, and some parents can't take it to get them coached up. Like, they can't take it. They can't take it. Like that accountability, that discipline that you're going to provide as a coach is something that they're not doing at home. So now it's hard for a kid to even embrace that, to take that in, and it's hard to receive it because they're not getting it at home at all. So
growing up as the young person, coach, you've been around a lot of basketball.
Yes, sir.
Who was that guy? Who was your idol?
Locally or period?
I'm talking about from a professional standpoint. That's the guy, Kobe. Okay. Say no more.
Kobe Bean.
Say no more. He played up at where I'm from. He played up at Lower Marion.
Yeah.
And I'm from Pennsylvania. And
yeah. Kobe Bean, man.
No doubt.
All right, Coach. We ain't gonna speak on it no more.
Say no more.
We ain't gonna speak on it no more. All right. Coach, what guidance would you give? This is my last question. What guidance would you give to, to tell young coaches in coaching basketball for boys, girls, or semi-pro? What advice would you give them?
Look, man, you're gonna have good days and bad days. Especially coaching kids. You're gonna have days where you feel like you pushing all the right buttons, and you're gonna have days where you can't call a right set. You can't get it right. But as a coach, you got to keep showing up, and you can't give up. Like, you just can't. And it's nothing wrong with having a mentor. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with, joining up with other coaches who you think are really good. There's nothing wrong with learning, and that's something that, I'm 40 years old and I've been coaching for 15 years now. I'm still learning. And, I've been coach of the year twice, still learning, still learning. And that learning process will never end. And as long as you have that in your mind, you will continue to get better. But you can never feel like, at no point in time, feel like you know it all.
There you go. There you go. Will?
My last question. What is your vision long term for what you're doing? What is your vision?
Tribe Nation Basketball Academy to me has always been about helping families, and not just the average family, but also my family. So my long-term vision is to turn my basketball program into my own family business, to have my own facility run by my family, and to take care of other families. And I just recently started looking at warehouses and different facilities that are vacant. So hopefully I can start turning this vision into a reality real soon. Because I know I can have a profound impact not only on Hampton Roads, but the entire 757.
That's great.
That's outstanding, man. Stretch.
Yeah.
Well, this wraps up another episode of Purpose Driven Chance. I'm your host, William Grayson, along with William Harris. Coach Stretch, tell everybody where they can find you at.
Oh man, I'm all over social media, man. You can basically just type in Coach Stretch on Instagram on Coach Stretch 757. On Facebook, I'm Kashif Coach Stretch Johnson. I have a website, www.coachstretch.com. I'm everywhere, and I provide training, groups, individual. You catch me with the Virginia Neptunes. Our last home game is March 2nd at Phoenix Middle School. Come out and check us out. But look, I'm available. You come on out for coaching, mentoring, teaching, whatever. I'm here to help you guys. So just let me know. Hit me up.
Thanks a lot, Coach Stretch. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. All right, good day and good night.